Isack Hadjar actually was a very impressive drive for me this weekend because we did know from his race engineer at a certain point that he was losing about 3 to 4 tenths because of an engine issue. And at a certain point, I was worried he was going to have to retire from the race. But ultimately, we see him keep it on track. He does have a little bit of frustration, which I think is understandable, but he really does focus, keep his head down, and stay locked into the race, even though he knows that he has an issue that is causing him to lose time. And while he was losing that time, losing those positions, we see him fight all the way back up to at a certain point, he was still in the points. And ultimately, he ends up ending the race just one position outside of the points, with Carlos Sainz passing him in the end. But I think when we talk about mentality, when we talk about young drivers that really have themselves locked in, this is the type of thing that I look for. A driver who can be told that there's something really bad going on and that is going to affect him and that there's nothing he can do about it. And he's able to remain calm and cool and stay in the race and keep his head in the race and still keep doing good work. While Isack ends up walking away with no points from this race, he does walk away with a strong performance and without panic. And I actually think Isack in particular, that lack of panic, that's something that is what made him kind of well known in general before he made it into Formula One. Last year, if you've never seen it, there is a clip of him in Monaco in his F2 race where he comes into a tunnel and a driver in front of him has had an issue which has him kind of almost dead stopped on the middle of the track. And what we saw was Isack very quickly react and at high speeds avoid a very completely possibly bad crash. And I think that that is the Isack that we know, and that's the Isack that we saw in a very different scenario here. So while I am concerned about him getting that Red Bull promotion, given how much it has meant to negative things for people's careers overall, that second seat, I do think that Isack is the type of driver who really may deserve it. And I do love watching him do this each weekend to really just kind of have a strong performance, even if things are not going his way.